The core of the European integration experience implies the surrender of sovereignty. This was made for specific purposes. The underlying idea has always been to be able to attain objectives which are shared among individual countries but cannot be accomplished on its own. The first of such objectives was to preserve peace with Germany, the main origin of open war conflict in Europe from 1870 to 1945. This was the main purpose of the European Coal and Steel Community, which was established after the Treaty of Paris of April 1951. From the mid-1950s onwards, though, the main purpose of European integration has been the difficult task of combining liberalization with protection. Most West European governments were conscious that national economic protectionism, as practiced after the crisis of 1929, had constituted the bedrock of fascism in Europe, and thus it had to be overcome. But at the same time, they were aware that its opposite, that is, the sort of market liberalization at a worldwide scale promoted by the United States after World War II, did not provide the safe basis which was necessary for their reconstruction policies. The market liberalization promoted by the United States at the Bretton Woods Conference and through the Marshall Plan appear as too drastic and threatening for the social and political consensus forged after the war in almost every democratic West European nation. It was not that Western Europeans did not appreciate the need to expand trade. They did, essentially because they had become trade dependent to each other. Their problem was one of definition, timing, and size. Western Europeans wanted to be able to progress towards free trade according to their own terms, at their own speed, with their own codes. They first tried from 1949 to the mid-1950s through the Organization for European Economic Cooperation under the leadership of the United Kingdom. The European Economic Community was their second try in 1957, this time under the combined Franco-German leadership and involving only 6 countries. It was so successful that, in essence, it still stays with us. The European Economic Community combined market liberalization between its 6 member states with a strong and sophisticated common protection against the rest of the world, including the rest of the members of the Western European bloc and the United States. Intra-community trade liberalization followed strict rules and timetables. By July 1966, the markets of France, Germany, Italy, and the 3 Benelux countries, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands, constituted a single market for essentially industrial commodities. Agriculture had received special treatment, which involved a very sophisticated and regulated scheme. This was the Common Agricultural Policy, the financing of which took almost the entire community budget by the end of the 1970s. Thus, internally, the European community was able to combine a very effective and profitable trade liberalization for industrial commodity trade with extreme forms of protectionism in agriculture. The same happened concerning the relations of the member states of the European community with the outside world. The European community became a decided advocate of trade liberalization worldwide from its early hour. The community was more effective at this task than any of its member states would have been on its own, including the United Kingdom. With the incorporation of the United Kingdom, the European Economic Community became the largest trader worldwide. The European Economic Community has been the one which, in permanent struggle with the United States, has shaped international trade regulation until the end of the 20th century. At the same time, the community served to effectively protect the common market from foreign competition in those production sectors which the member states had identified as requiring protection, that is, agriculture, textiles, and some state-protected industries such as defense, coal and steel, automobiles, and the aircraft. Actually, it was the degree of effective protection which the European states individually or collectively through the European Community were able to grant to some sectors in need of protection, but allowed those sectors which felt competitive to benefit from a speedy liberalisation within Europe and at a world scale. Liberalisation and protection are, in the case of the European Community, the two sides of the same coin.